Good morning, everyone. Today we gather to honor and pay tribute to our brave veterans who have served in the Air Force, Army, Coast Guard, Marine Corps, Navy, National Guard, and even the newly established U.S. Space Force. These extraordinary men and women have made countless sacrifices, enduring hardships and challenges, all in the name of our freedom and safety. As students, parents, teachers, and staff, we are beneficiaries of their courage and dedication. They have stood watch, often far from home and loved ones, to protect the liberties we cherish every single day. Their commitment enables us to live in a nation where we can express ourselves freely and pursue our dreams without fear. But let us remember, honoring their service is not just a duty for today. It is a calling for every day of the year. We must cultivate a culture of appreciation where we acknowledge their sacrifices, listen to their stories, and support them in every way we can. To all the veterans here today, thank you. Your service does not go unknown, unseen, or unnoticed. We are grateful for your bravery and for all that you have done to secure our freedoms. You are an inspiration to us all, and we pledge to honor your legacy by striving to make our society better every day. So, as we reflect on the sacrifices made, let us also commit to being advocates for our veterans, both in our words and our actions. Thank you for your service, thank you for your sacrifices, and thank you for exemplifying the true spirit of our nation. Happy Veterans Day. On Veterans Day, we remember again the brave men and women who served. We honor them now for what they did and the liberties they preserved. Veterans have given us freedom, security, and the greatest nation on earth. It is impossible to put a price on that. Let's never forget their sacrifice, the hard, heavy work they have done. We must remember them. We must appreciate them. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you, veterans, for your sacrifices and service to America. Please stand for the presentation of colors.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please pause for a moment of silence. You may be seated.
Today we gather to honor our brave veterans who have served our nation with unparalleled courage, but we also celebrate the gift of creativity, compassion, and kindness that our young artists have shared with their heartfelt work. As we look upon your thoughtful illustrations and heartfelt words, we see a piece of you, a sincere connection to the values we celebrate today. Your work embodies the spirit of this day, forging a link between the past and the present, reminding us that serving one's country doesn't just define our veterans, but bonds us as a community that supports, uplifts, and respects one another.
To our students, I encourage you to keep creating. Your passions and talents, however small they may seem, can spark great change. Such acts of kindness and acknowledgement create ripples across our community. Just as your art honors our veterans, let it also inspire others to engage and give back. Remember, every mural, drawing, and card has power. Your creativity can indeed weave a tapestry that connects generations through love and understanding. Thank you, AMS Middle School art students, for sharing not just your talent, but your empathetic hearts with us. If you are one of the 14 artists who created the teacher design, poster, or thank you card, please stand and be recognized.
The story of taps. The revision that gave us present-day taps was made during the American Civil War by Union General Daniel Adams Butterfield, heading a brigade camped at Harrisburg Landing, Virginia, near Richmond. General Butterfield decided the lights-out music was too formal, and I signaled that to the end of the day's end. One day in July 1862, he recalled tattoo music and humbled a version of it to an aide, who wrote it down in music. Butterfield then asked the brigade bugler, Oliver W. Norton, to play the notes, and after listening, lengthened and shortened them to keeping in his original melody. He ordered Norton to play this new call at the end of each day thereafter instead of the regulation call. The music was heard and appreciated by other brigades who asked for copies and adopted the bugle call. The music was made the original Army bugle call after the war, but was not given the original call, taps, until 1874. The first time taps was played at a military funeral may also have been in Virginia soon after Butterfield composed it. Union Captain John Tidball, head of the artillery battery, ordered it played for the burial of a cannoneer killed in action. Not wanting to reveal the battery's position in the woods to the enemy nearby, Tidball substituted taps for the traditional 3 rifle volleys fired over the grave. Army infantry regulations by 1891 required taps to be played at all military funeral ceremonies. Taps is now played by the military at burial and memorial services to accompany the lowering of the flag and to signal the lights out of command day's end. At this time, I'm going to read the words of taps. Day is done, gone the sun. From the hills, from the lake, from the skies. All is well, safely rest, God is nigh. Go to sleep, peaceful sleep. May the soldier or sailor God keep. On the land or the deep, safe as sleep. Love, good night, must thou go. When the day and the night need thee so, all is well, speedeth all to their rest. Fades the light, and afar goeth way, and the stars shine bright. Fare thee well. Day is gone, night is on. Thanks and praise for our days. Neath the sun, neath the stars, neath the sky. As we go, this we know, God is nigh. Would you please stand for the playing of taps, and please do not applaud after taps. You may be seated.
Land of the Good morning. Good morning, veterans, students, faculty and staff, parents, and distinguished guests. Today is very special to me and my fellow Military Kids Club members and military students at AMS. We represent a unique group of individuals who have parents who have been called to protect our freedom.
Please stand if you are wearing a navy blue t-shirt. This represents AMS students, faculty, staff, and ACS district staff whose parent, spouse, or child have served or is currently serving in one of the United States Armed Forces.
Good morning. It's a great day to be an American, is it not? My name is Tom Jenkins. I am a proud United States Air Force veteran, and it is my honor and my privilege to be with you today to introduce your guest speaker. We'll get to him in a minute. I'd like to tell you a little about myself. I spent almost 14 years in the Air Force. I was an officer first. I was a flight navigator on KC-135 tankers, just up the street in Blytheville, Arkansas for several years of my life. Went to pilot training and I flew C-141 Starlifter cargo jets, and then I flew the T-38 Talon trainers as well. All of that built on a bachelor's degree in music education from Auburn University. Nothing technical, just music. As I said, I'm here, and it's my honor and privilege to introduce your guest speaker, my very, very good friend, Colonel Daniel T. Ventry. Colonel Ventry is originally from the great state of Connecticut. He holds an associate's degree in aeronautical engineering from Daniel Webster College. He also holds a Bachelor of Science degree in leadership studies from the University of Alabama. See, Auburn, Alabama, we get along. His military career began in 1971 when he entered the United States Marine Corps. Over his 26 years of both active duty and Marine Reserve duty, he was primarily a fighter pilot. He flew the A-6 Intruder, he flew the A-4 Skyhawk, and he also was an A-4 squadron commander of a reserve unit up in Massachusetts. He began his FedEx career in 1983, and it lasted more than 33 very, very productive years. He was a pilot in the Boeing 727, the DC-10, the Airbus A300, and the Boeing 777. He was an instructor pilot and evaluator in both the A300 and the 777, which is where he and I became very close friends because I did the same thing he did. He had managed several management positions at FedEx, very, very responsible management positions. Obviously, his Marine Corps training served him well in these positions, and the upper levels of management at FedEx recognized this, and he moved up through the management ranks there, eventually to become the Central Region Chief Pilot in charge of all pilots that were based in the Memphis domicile, thousands of them. He has his list of awards that he was presented at FedEx is frankly just a little too long for me to go through the entire thing. But I will tell you there were numerous awards that he was received for his good work, and not the least of which was the company's highest award, the Corporate 5-Star Award. Our association began, I was also a pilot at FedEx for 28 years of my life. In the early 90s when I was assigned to Dan, and he was my flight manager. In other words, he was my boss. As the years went on, I got into a management position. I told you Dan moved up and was the Central Region Chief Pilot, and we found ourselves working, when we were both Airbus instructors, in the Flight Standards Unit at FedEx for the Airbus, and I became his boss. We got along just fine. It was great. We have flown great big airplanes all over this world. Asia, Europe, name it, we've flown a big airplane together there. We had a great, great time. It's a privilege, and I'm very happy to tell you that we both are neighbors, across the street neighbors in a retirement community here in Collierville. So we live locally, and we get along. We're closer to being brothers than we are friends. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll stop talking about me as much and just tell you, please make welcome a distinguished veteran, a true patriot, and my best friend, Colonel Daniel T. Ventry.
Thanks, Tom, for that long introduction, probably longer than my talk here this morning. But that's what decades-long friendships are all about, right? And thank you, Principal Blackburn, for inviting us. It's an honor to be here with you folks today. So, do I still look like that picture? Who thinks so? Raise your hand. You're now my new best friends. Thank you very much. Not hardly. But what are you learning here today, right now, in this wonderful new gym? Aren't we learning about patriotism? Look at your shirts. Magnificent artistry that portrays patriotism that is taught and felt here at AMS. It's extraordinary. It's got so many things embedded in it, I'm sure I'm not interpreting all of it. But certainly your logo, and what's near and dear to my heart as a Marine, there's an image of, looks like Iwo Jima, right? You all know the story about Iwo Jima, right at the heart of patriotism and love of country. And isn't that what patriotism is? Love of your country, what it stands for. We are citizens of the greatest country in the world, by far. Along with being part of the military are many, many traditions. Each service has unique and meaningful traditions. But one I'm going to demonstrate right now with Principal Blackburn, if you wouldn't mind coming up here. I'm not going to embarrass you. So I'm going to shake her hand, and I'm leaving something behind. Please hold it up. Does anyone know what this is? I'm sure my veteran friends know exactly what this is. This is called a challenge coin. And the origins of a challenge coin go way back to the Roman days, when commanders of the legions of Roman soldiers would reward valor on a battlefield and would take a coin and give it to the soldier. And it was highly sought after and highly regarded for bravery. Well, this went into the Civil War, tradition there. And today, many, many units, each unit may have a challenge coin, and they give it to their colleagues in other units. And the tradition is, if we go into a bar and I ask for that coin and you don't have it, you have to buy me a drink. So from now on, I'll be looking for you out in town here at the nearest bar. Thank you. No, that's yours to keep. So I'm sure you've heard a lot about veterans. Your parents, family members may be veterans. I'm sure you've spoken to some veterans. So you know that in order to become a veteran, you have had to have served in one of the armed forces: Army, Navy, Air Force, Space Force, Marines, Coast Guard. When you leave the service, you become a regular citizen, but you're a veteran for the absolute rest of your life. So why is serving in the armed forces a big deal? When you join the armed forces, you have committed to use all your talents, all your energy to defend your country and its interests, up to and including the giving of your own life. Now that's serious business, isn't it? Very serious indeed. So how does serving in the armed forces benefit someone who serves? Well, certainly while serving, one may learn very, very important skills. In the case of Mr. Jenkins, or Major Jenkins and I, we learned to fly in the military, which enabled us to have very, very long careers as pilots flying for FedEx. But another important gift that the services give is their values. Here at Arlington, you abide by many, many rules and regulations that are designed to make learning as easy and fun as possible and get you to the next level. In the military, there are very high standards on how you're supposed to conduct yourselves. Furthermore, each service has its own core values, what is very, very important to them, what they believe in, what makes them unique. Since this weekend marks the 249th birthday of the United States Marine Corps, I'll share theirs with you. The Marines have three main core values: honor, courage, and commitment. What do they mean? A couple examples. Under honor, Marines must have integrity, which means they must be 100% honest. They must be responsible, which means if given a job or a task, they must always accomplish it. And they must be accountable, which means if they make a mistake, they will own up to it, admit what they did wrong, then fix it and make it right. Marines have courage, which means you do the right thing in the right way for the right reasons, especially when nobody's watching. And finally, Marines have commitment. In the case of Arlington Middle School, that means devotion to your school, taking pride in learning, and devotion to your fellow students, teachers, and certainly your family at home. So do you have to be a Marine or a veteran to have these qualities? What do you think? No, of course not. So maybe if you focus on only one out of honor, courage, and commitment, you'd be a better person, a better student, and a better citizen. Before you act on anything, ask yourself, is what I'm about to do honorable? Is it honorable to bully someone? No, of course not. The most honorable thing you could do for someone who's not the most popular is to befriend that student, that person. Help them. Invite them into your inner circle of friends. That is the honorable thing to do. It really takes courage to do something like this, but when you do such things, you are proving to those around you that you place great value on honor and courage. What do you think? Can you do that? I have all these new friends. You gonna pick one? Yes. That's the spirit. All right, so now, if you're a veteran, please stand up. I thank you all for your service. Please, everyone, a round of applause for my compatriots. Thank you very much.
We invite you now to stand when you hear the march of the armed service your family member served in.
As we bring today's Veterans Day program to a close, I want to take a moment to thank everyone for being here and for helping us honor those who have served our country. To our veterans and their families, we are deeply grateful for your sacrifices, bravery, and commitment. Your stories and example of courage leave a lasting impact on us all, especially our students who are learning today what it means to be honorable, courageous, and committed to something bigger than themselves. I also want to thank our students and staff for the dedication and respect they showed in preparing for this special day. It's through programs like these that we keep the spirit of service alive, passing it forward to future generations. Let us leave today inspired to live with gratitude, to strive to be in service in our own ways, and to remember that the freedoms we enjoy every day come at a great price. To all our veterans, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Also, a change of plans. The Arlington Veterans Day program will be held here this Sunday at 3 o'clock, from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock because of rain. So we invite you to come and join us for that as well. Veterans, please also join us for a reception in the library. Families are welcome, along with any student artist family that has come as well. Students, as we dismiss, please remain seated until all of our honored guests have been dismissed. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and have a wonderful rest of your day.